Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday's Tune In. I am Kaycye Hadl with the Elemental, and today we're going to tune in on the galactic side, the Earth side, as well as our human side, as what the forecast is for this week through June 25th through July 2nd. So welcome. Today I'm choosing to channel in the information. I'm just going to I'm going to connect into the galactic grid and see what's going on in the galactic spectrum. That's going to be the universal spectrum, kind of what's coming to us from space, if you will, on the Earth side, how the Earth is shifting and what we're going through this week, as well as on the human side, what we're feeling, what we're going through this week, and how we can better prepare for these energies that are coming in. I'll also, at the end, look at the intuitive doodle that I channeled in and get a little more information in regards to what this week will bring. So let's tune in on the galactic side and see what's coming forward. So just give me a second and we'll see what Spirit has to say. This week, what Spirit is showing me from the universal side or galactic side is we're being bombarded with a lot of that light energy, a lot of that light waves that are coming in. They're talking about the photon rays. I don't even know what that means, but what I'm seeing is kind of Earth is blanketed in this heavy energy. So this is the week to go inside and process anything that you know that you need to work on. Process those old patterns. Go inside and really see what you need this week, because we are kind of being put under the fire, if you will. There's kind of this energetic fence that's going on around the Earth. And for whatever reason, you know, that spotlight is really making us feel the intenseness around us. The energy is very intense. So on a galactic side, this week is about processing that shadow, addressing it, looking at those old patterns, looking at the things that you've been doing for so long and wanted to change. You're like, oh, well, I'll get to that. Right, now's the time. Now's the time to get to that on the galactic side of things. There's just a lot of energy coming down that is really putting us under the spotlight to process those old patterns. A lot of heaviness is what it feels like. A lot of universal energy that has to do with neck and shoulders. So I have noticed especially a lot in my readings that I've been doing for individuals as well as on videos, that we're processing these boundaries, where boundaries for us, that discipline boundary, where we're essentially giving those boundaries to ourselves that we can achieve our goals, boundaries for other people, speaking our truth, freedoms, where we haven't been able to have boundaries. That is all coming up, and that weight on the shoulder. And I feel it on my left shoulder down into my left arm. So it's kind of those collective ancestral things around freedom and speaking our truth and really figuring out who we are at a heart level. So this is definitely the week to take some time to go inside and really look at the things that you can shift for your betterment in regards to your throat and to your heart chakra, okay? Okay, so on the Earth side, let's look at the Earth side, what we're going through here, what the Earth is going through. We are really anchoring in that new heart wave energy, which is that self-love, that self-care, that soul self. The Earth is going through that shift as we are going through that shift. So getting out amongst nature, if you can, touch the trees, look at the flowers, do it early in the morning so it's not, 100 degrees outside. Getting in the water, it's going to really be important to kind of integrate that heart energy. I also think of heart energy is trusting in the information you're receiving, trusting in those things we need to do for ourselves, trusting in your intuition, trusting in that bigger picture, right? Sometimes we get so focused on that narrow tube that we forget to see all the forest for all the trees, okay? So looking at how far you've come on your journey and where the direction is going. We don't have to know, but coming back in that present moment and really putting our hands on our heart and asking us what we need to let go of so we can make for room for those new things. You know, they're just showing me that the collective is really going through a push for who we are at a soul level. We're all kind of receiving this ancient knowledge or these ancient transcripts, and those light waves are coming in to expand our heart energy, to expand that soul energy, to expand, right? How do we expand? Well, we allow those old pieces, those old patterns of those ancestral programming to fall away that has been, programmed in our DNA since birth, right? But we're being asked to shift and embrace that, our voice, our heart, our emotional freedom to be ourselves. There's a lot of that shift in consciousness, is that we are free to be who we are, and we don't have to filter. We don't have to keep ourselves small. We can allow ourselves to grow into who we really want to be. And it's living more of that heart-based life where we trust in that intuition, we trust in our soul. We're going through those heart upgrades this week. I know myself, I felt like a little impingement in my heart chakra, and it looks just like it's an upgrade. So I'm being asked to expand, to let go of this heaviness. And I kind of felt like this teary feeling this morning in my heart, and it's just allow ourselves to be loved. Allow the love in, allow us to expand, allow others to see who you are, and know that you will be accepted for exactly who you are, okay? Okay, so on a human level, let's see what we're going through. Essentially, we're being asked to be consciously aware of what we are tuning into, to spread our wings and fly, to allow ourselves to grow and allow other people to see how beautiful we are at a soul level. Allow ourselves to break free from those old patterns and rise up to be the person, individual, soul, group, consciousness, entity, who we choose to be, who we really resonate with. There's a big expansion going on, and we're kind of all finding those soul tribes. And if we're not finding them, then we're definitely radiating and looking for them, because we aren't who we used to be, in April. If you think about that, solar eclipse really did a big reset of our solar self, who we present to the world. And for me, I'm an Aries. The solar eclipse was in Aries 2 days prior to my birthday. So it was a big reset on our timelines. We're timeline jumping as well. So this week, we've really got to get grounded. We've got to get into our bodies. How do we do that? We get in the water, we exercise, we go for a walk, we lift weights, we do those, get our endorphins pumping so that we can detox those old pieces of ourselves that are falling away, and really start living that heart-based life and knowing that we are loved for who we are. Anything else here, Spirit? Yeah, and we're really releasing from the heart chakra this week. We're going through those light waves, that ascension energy. So we're purging out that old things that have really been stuck there. At least that it is on this timeline. A lot of people are processing that freedom and what's, finding their voice and what's really held them back, or what has held them back on an ancestral level, right? Because it's this, or it's this, keeping ourselves small. So we're also really learning to move forward more in that heart base, as well as embracing those freedoms of being who we are. So heart chakra upgrades coming in, throat chakra, solar plexus, and really that finding that joy and embracing that heartfelt life. Okay, I'll give you a quick glimpse of what I drew. This is what I've been channeling this week. You can kind of see I'm not quite finished in here. There's a little more to do, but I didn't have really time to get to it. But you can see there's this treble clef right here in the center. So we're really being mindful this week of what we're tuning in to lead this mind, body, soul life. And these spirals are all that ancient energy and wisdom that are coming in and acclimating. And you can see this green and yellow is that solar plexus and heart, really embracing your light and allowing yourself to know that you can live that heart-based life as you tune in. Being mindful of what you tune in this week. If you're watching the news and all the chaos that's going on there, that is what you're choosing to tune in. So if we're tuning into the chaos and the storm around us rather than, oh my God, my coneflowers are blooming, or wow, that is the most amazing butterfly, coming back into that present moment, rather allowing us to be sucked into those chaos tornadoes. And how do we do that? We develop that solid foundation, right? You can kind of see this crow down here. So he's bringing us those messages of that death and rebirth cycle that we're in. And there's a fish here. It's like a giant fish. And what are we flowing into? What are we tuning into as we're being reborn into that higher vibrational self? And there's kind of like this, I have to look this way because I'm not good at looking backwards here. There's kind of like this spiral energy here, which feels like this strong, higher vibrational source energy coming in and really kind of pushing that stuff up to the surface so we can tune into what our heart needs and wants. I also saw a beautiful deer, which I think is actually walking outside here of my office, which is all that love, that heart-centered life. So just embracing who you are, staying grounded this week, making sure we're drinking a lot of water. It feels like a lot of detoxing going on. So the herbal teas or, the dandelion tea is going to be a must. Stones for this week, red jasper, prehnite, the stone that heals, the healer, citrine, yellow obsidian would be great for kind of breaking those old ancestral curses about keeping ourselves small, not embracing our light. All right. And we'll just pull a card to kind of get a little deeper detail. Let's see about these. Whoa, that one just flew out of my hand. Oh my gosh. It's the walnut. Letting go. We are letting go of a lot of shit, people, this week. Detox. Let that shit go. Purge that shit. Sell it to somebody else. Make you some extra money come back to you. And know that that heart-based life is there for you to live. And thanks for tuning in today, guys. I do have a discount going on, $20 referral coupon. If you're interested, feel free and reach out to me on my website or at my email. That is the elemental kaycye@gmail.com, or you can text me at 785-840-4700 for a reading if you want a little further deeper tune in to see what's going on for you cosmically, galactically, earthly, and tune into your guide so we can kind of get a little deeper information coming through for you. So I appreciate your time and thanks for tuning in, and have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.